Welcome to the Diaspora Door podcast, where stories soar and cultures collide. Join us as we journey through vibrant voices and untold tales from around the globe. Let's celebrate the heartbeat of the diaspora together.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the Diaspora Door. I'm your host, Hinze Obinello. It's always a pleasure to be here with you, and I am joined by my co-host, Heidi Valentonis. And Heidi is here, and we're excited to have Heidi with us. Heidi, how's it going?
It's going great. I'm from Toronto, and I'm excited for our guest today, NC.
And so, Heidi, can you tell me anything new since the last time we met? Any exciting news that you have to share with just me and our few million listeners? We have few million.
What is exciting to share since last week? You know what? I don't really have anything that exciting to share. I'm turning 60 soon. Is that something?
Wow.
That is huge. Join the support group.
Thank you.
Sooner than me because you turn at the end.
Yeah, because I'm older than you. That's right. That's right.
So are there big plans for turning 60?
I decided at the very last minute to have a party, not a cruise. And it will be at like a little dance bar. So
that's
you
good.
guys know what happens. 60 is a tough one for me, but it's great that I'm alive and well, right? So I gotta get in the gear.
It's so true, my friend. And you know what? And we thought turning 50 was a big deal, and now 60. It's just so foreign. And, you know, that's quite telling for today's podcast where we're talking about life transition. And it's interesting you're talking about your 60th because this week I spent, my husband and I, kind of downsizing, decluttering, which he says is not really a word. Anyways, all our stuff that we have had, and now our youngest daughter is now the recipient of kind of all our junk, which are now treasures to her. And I think the things, like the couch that my husband had from university, the plates some people gave us as wedding presents. Sorry, Heidi.
Hello. Did I give you those?
I'm wondering.
I don't know. I can't remember.
I'm wondering, right? I'm wondering. So it's interesting, transitions in life can be wonderful things. And I think at the end of the day, they are, but they can be really spooky and freaky, as you just said, having a hard time adjusting to that change in life. So it's a bonus that our guest today, Moji Taiwo, is with us, who has written a book where she has shared her life transitions. And she also has a YouTube and a podcast where she talks about the transitions that especially immigrants have made in the diaspora as they have left their homeland. Moji was born in Lagos, Nigeria, which is in West Africa, as many of our listeners know who have tuned into Diaspora Door. And she immigrated to Canada in 1978. And she immigrated to Alberta, Canada, of all places, from the tropics of Nigeria to the brrr of Canada, Western Canada. And she's the mother of 3 adult professional children and a proud glamma. And Heidi, I've heard the term glamma, so we're going to...
No, but I can see it. I can see it in her.
And you will see it because she is a youngin' as far as we're concerned. She has 3 beautiful grandsons, and she's passionate and committed to the development and success of young people and happiness of their parents. She's also written children's books. her book in particular, I Give Because I'm Blessed. I'm blessed because I give, which is just, I think this is beautiful. She has extensive experience in facilitation and public speaking. She has worked in the government sector for many years in Alberta. And I will say Calgary, Alberta especially, and I don't know if a lot of people know this, it's very diverse as far as the various diaspora communities there, the Asian community, the African, the Caribbean, European. You have people from so many parts of the world who are in Calgary. They're immigrants from over 150 countries, which again, I don't think a lot of people, and especially like Heidi, who's a Toronto chick, and me, who grew up just north of Toronto, you think of Toronto as the metropolis of Canada and cosmopolitan. Calgary, wow. It's not just about the Calgary Stampede. There are
No.
cool places to eat, entertainment, and just people to connect. So I give that as an opening to talk about Moji, and I will let Moji come in. And I guess my first question for Moji is why, well, after how many years of working in the government sector and then making the decision to have a podcast and a YouTube, that's a huge transition. And how did she come about to do that? So Moji, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me, Enze. Thank you, Heidi, for having me. And before I answer the question, before we start, I want to congratulate Heidi in advance for your 60th birthday. It's turning 60 now. It's like turning 30. Because I'm almost 68 myself.
Wow.
Oh.
Well done. You yummy mummy. You don't look.
So I'm almost 68, and I tell people that it's actually when you turn 60, it's like you're starting afresh.
Okay. I want to look at it that way.
Especially since you're transitioning from working in the professional world for over 3 decades, which is what I did after 31 years working in corrections with young offenders.
Wow.
Wow.
I decided to go back to my first love, which is storytelling and broadcasting.
Okay.
So that kind of answer your question is a little bit. Why did I go this way? It's because that was my first love. I actually studied broadcasting here when I came, but in the early 80s, you don't see people that looks like me or sound like me on the airwaves. So that disappointment led me back to university, where I ended up going into sociology, psychology, and then honing in on juvenile delinquency.
Wow.
Transitioning. So I transitioned from wanting to tell stories and read news and cover news stories to working with young people. And then I discovered that I actually love young people. I love youth. There is no teenager that I cannot get along with.
Not everyone can say that, my friend.
Yes. So that I accidentally discovered my next passion. So, congratulations, Heidi.
Thank
We're
you.
going to have fun celebrating, and it's going to be a new beginning.
Thank you.
Moji, thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that. And hopefully Heidi's inviting us to the dance party. Moji, when you said the disappointment, you wanted to be a broadcaster, you came from Nigeria, you thought, hey, I'm going to do broadcasting. And as you said, way back then, it was not as diverse, the broadcasting field, as it is today in Canada, even in the States. How do you deal with that disappointment? And I guess that's some of what you talk about in your
In the
book,
book.
that you say, it's, I think you say, to have the courage to transform challenges into opportunities. Like, Moji,
Yes.
that's easier said than done, right? Like, so how do you make that happen?
Well, you know, when you're an immigrant, when you've left familiarity for unfamiliarity, you've made the greatest sacrifice of your life.
Yes.
So there's no turning back for me. So any obstacle that came my way, it just propelled me to look wider around me and to see what else is there, what is other gaps that are available that I can fill, that I also truly enjoy. So, plus, I always say to people too that plus I was young and kind of, young and stupid.
No.
So being young, naive, and maybe a little bit stupid has its benefit because then you are not afraid.
Yeah, to try things.
You're not afraid to try things because what else can go wrong?
Yes. But two, I think it's the immigrant spirit also, because you can get caught up in a lot can go wrong. Like, as Heidi, we were talking earlier when we were just getting ready for the podcast, transitions that we've made in life. Myself also, I've made a transition from, executive leadership and left that. And you think, oh my gosh, but that's what identified me. Heidi, as she was in media for 30 years, that's how we identified ourselves. And I guess, is it a disservice sometimes that, you identify yourself with your occupation, and then when a transition happens, you get all these voices in your head telling you, how can you do that? What's going to be like? What are they going to say once you leave? Like, again, you say that wisdom is to be, I'm quoting you, to be a flourisher rather than a survivor.
Yes.
So please, can you explain that a little further?
So, I graduated with classmates who went on to actually greater heights with CBC, and some of them are still, working now. Majority of them are retiring and things like that. And it was easy to hear them on the radio, to see them covering the Olympics in 1988 in Calgary, and on, and thinking, I could do that if I was given the opportunity.
Yeah.
I could have been over there. But in retrospect, as I started my new career and the new path, I realized that it's actually the same work that we're doing, because I'm impacting young people.
Yes.
While in media, you're impacting the world over. As I impact young people, I'm impacting the parents, I'm impacting the family, I'm impacting society, I'm impacting our community, I'm uplifting somebody. So that gave me consolation that it's okay for me to be where I am.
Yeah.
And then as time went on, and I actually had my first child when I was still in college. As time went on, I realized that it was actually a blessing that I wasn't in broadcasting.
Yeah.
Because I had time to be a mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
To spend time with my child. So that's where I get that wisdom, is that whatever comes our way, yes, initially it will stabilize us. Initially, we will have doubts. Initially, we will have apprehension, and that's okay. But don't let that define you. Don't let that stop you from seeing the bigger picture and the opportunity that lays ahead.
Wow. I wonder, Heidi, I'm going to put you on the spot just for a second. It's interesting. You and Moji are kind of similar, like from the broadcasting point of view and media. So you went from media to nonprofit, and you two are working with youngins. I just wonder for you, media, why do you think you went from that to working, for a nonprofit organization as opposed to, because you would have had, a menu of all kinds of other media outlets that you could have also gone to?
I think because I got to a point where I felt like it wasn't rewarding to me emotionally or intellectually, and I too wanted to make some kind of impact, but doing it that way didn't feel like it and I wasn't on the creative side in media. I was on a very different side. It was on a revenue generating side for television stations. So it was very different than being a journalist that's really like influencing people or your audience. But then when I really stepped off, I didn't know where I would end up. I just knew that I didn't want to be there anymore, and I wanted to be in an area that really felt good, and that was difficult too to find. But so I don't know. I probably didn't mention it in our intro. Moji, I work for Ronald McDonald House in Toronto.
The children's.
Yeah. But I'm not in a clinical or healthcare capacity there. I run the front desk at the house in Toronto. So
we have one in Calgary too.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love working with the families and their kids, and it's just, to me, I feel like I'm making a difference in their day-to-day. That's pretty difficult,
And it's very rewarding. You know you're impacting people's lives.
Yeah.
And the transition, you went from media to non-for-profit. I went from, broadcasting to young offenders in the government, and then I transitioned back into my YouTube program and telling stories, but I also have a non-for-profit organization.
Oh, that's so great. You're a busy woman.
Wow. And Heidi and Moji, before I get back to you, Heidi, would you love to share with people your escapade at the front desk with your hovercraft?
No.
Okay.
No. And we're supposed to be talking to our guests
for another time.
We're not talking about me. We're talking about Moji and Z. She's our guest. Let's focus.
That is going to be a conversation for another time. That's a podcast in itself.
Okay.
So, talk to us about storytelling. So, while you were working with young offenders, how did you incorporate storytelling into working with youth?
As you know, maybe you didn't know, but the kids we work with, the age from 12 to 18, 19, depending on when they get sentenced. So I work in a correctional facility where we house kids that have had infractions with the law. They're either sent to the institution on a remand status, or they're fully sentenced. And of course, we have programming. We have to get the kids engaged because they have programming, they have schooling.
Yeah.
Everything they knew on the street, they put at the door because it's a new day when they come into custody, especially in Alberta. It's mandatory for kids to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
It's mandatory to attend different programs. It's mandatory for us to teach them life skills and living skills, and on and on and on. So, storytelling and inviting people in when you are speaking actually became really handy for me when I was dealing with the kids.
Yeah.
Because everything I did with them, everything that happened when I was on shift with my partner became an activity. Even cleaning became an activity. Because when I was on, I would put on the news as the kids are doing whatever they're doing. We have social activities. We have so where I will actually have the kids listen to the news, and we'll have a quiz at the end of it. And of course, there is always reward. And the reward could be anything from, oh, you get to skip your cleaning tomorrow morning, because I can't really bring anything for them. But being creative in and understanding that no child was born bad.
Yeah.
It was circumstance, sometimes circumstances that were beyond their control that led them to make the kind of choices they made. And that led them to where they were.
Yeah.
So with that, my storytelling, and there was no shift, especially on an afternoon, evening shift, where we didn't have storytelling.
Wow.
So that was that, and we're doing that. When I going on days off, the kids wouldn't want me to go on days off because, as they said, it was always boring when I wasn't.
I can totally see that.
and it's not because I was easy on them. It was because I was strict, but I was fair.
Yes.
And they knew my expectations.
Yeah.
And I knew their expectations.
Yes.
And we worked together.
Wow. Wow. I wonder, please, Moji, do you have contact with any of, because these youth are now adults, do you have any contact, or there's?
I have contact with a few of them that have actually have their own children.
Wow. Wow. And doing well? They're doing well?
Yeah. There's a story I needed to tell.
Thank you.
To share. So I was frontline, then I became a team leader, case manager, then I went into management. I retired 10 years ago from management. But the trait never stopped. And of course, as I left one position to another, I kept the same principle. With reaching the kids, but also teaching and mentoring and coaching the younger staff.
Wow, yeah.
And how was that transition? Instead of the staff seeing me as being too accessible by the kids, I just changed it around and say, won't you want to have a pleasant shift when you are on?
Yeah.
And they say, yes. I said, so watch me. Learn a thing or two.
Yeah.
So that instead of the kids always asking to come and talk to me, they want to talk to you. And we did that. But there was a program that I helped launch when I was a unit supervisor. It was a diversion program where kids who were caught shoplifting or riding the bus or train without payment are diverted so they don't come into the institution so they don't have contact with the other kids. Where I will actually go to the courthouse to meet them, arrange to have interviews with them and their guardian in the evening outside of school so it doesn't interfere with their school.
Yes, yes.
So I helped launch that and ran it until it was stable and on and on. And there were a group of boys, they vandalized a community hall. So when they came to see me, I told them that they had to go in person to that community hall to apologize in person to them.
Yes, yes.
And to ask the people at the community hall, how can they compensate or pay restitution?
Did they easily agree? Did they easily agree to do that?
Well, they have no choice because that's what I'm assigning them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And their parents are there and I give them time to complete it.
Yeah.
I assign them how many hours, time to complete, and to report back. If they complete it, I report to the Crown Prosecutor's Office that they're done and they go on their way. If they fail to comply, I'll give them another chance. If they fail again, I refer them back to the courts.
Yes.
And they don't like that. The parents don't like
that.
Yeah.
So I was at a mall one of these days. I was just wandering around in the mall, and a young man, a handsome, tall young man, approached me and said hello. So I said hello. And he said, "You don't remember me?" I said, "No, I don't remember you. I meet lots of people." And he told me this story. And then he told me that he was actually a classmate of my oldest daughter at the time.
Wow.
Smart.
So he went back to school and told my daughter that your mom was scary.
Wow.
They're scary enough that when I saw him, he was an engineer.
Wow.
That's so impressive.
Look at that. So those are the stories that...
Those are the stories, yes.
No, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah. So, Moji, please bring us to you then making that transition out of that work and thinking, hey, I'm going to write I don't know if you decided to write a book before doing the podcast, like what? And I was reading, you had said you weren't even sure that your experiences were going to help other people or were significant enough to even write a book about. So what did inspire you then?
So what happened was 10 years ago, the government of the day decided that they were going to rewrite my contract and the condition of most of our work in the jail. And I had the most seniority of the managers. There were 5 managers, and I had the most seniority. So after we were surprised by the announcement, and after going through the day of giving brown envelopes to each and every staff, I was traumatized at the end of the day when they gave me their own envelope.
Wow.
And they said, and in the envelope, I couldn't open it at work. I had to take it home.
Wow.
I took it home. There are two options there. One, I can take the severance package and leave, or I can stay because I have the seniority. But my work environment and the structure of my work environment and the delivery of the work itself was going to be totally different, which I did not agree with.
Yeah.
So I shared the news with my husband, and my husband, of course, says, "Oh, since you have your position, it's okay. at least it's not affecting you. And I said, not so fast.
Yeah. Not so fast, honey.
I said, not so fast. I said, that's not what I signed up for. I didn't sign up to warehouse kids.
Good on you. Good on you.
Right.
Not a lot of
Yeah.
people can say that, Moji.
Yeah, I didn't sign up to warehouse kids. Yeah, but you've given them 31 years. You know, you're close to. I said, I calculate my pension already and I can retire anytime.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you stay this long, you will get more. I said, money is not everything to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
By this time, our children have already finished university.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The mortgage was almost paid off.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, jokingly, I told him that it's okay. I can relax now. He can continue working to support us.
Yes. Yes, he can.
Go, girl.
So he still said, well, you think about it. So I decided to take 1 week off work.
Okay.
And of course, at work, they didn't know if I was coming or going, whatever. They were panicking over there. I took my 1 week off. I assessed our financial situation. I consulted with my financial advisor. I consulted with our accountant. I looked at my own bank statements, and my answer was still the same, that I'm going to take this thing and leave.
Mm-hmm.
He said no and this, so I had to really explain it. So here it was an unexpected change for me.
Yeah.
But again, as I always see challenges, I see them as opportunities.
Yes. Good for you. Yeah. Yeah.
While he was panicking, I had to reassure him. I had to reassure him that we're actually good because I had calculated, I'd given myself 2 years to retire.
Mm-hmm.
So 5 months into that plan, they gave me this package to cover 1 year. So in essence, I'm losing maybe 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, exactly.
And I said, you know, it's even going to be beautiful if we pay off the mortgage before I leave.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I tried to negotiate not leaving right away, leaving 2-3 months after,
Yeah.
but they didn't agree. But I still milk it for another 5 weeks.
Wow. Wow.
So that's where the business sense also comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Important.
I'm spontaneous in some areas, but I'm a planner in other areas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I left with, looking forward to that summer of 2015 because I've never had a summer off,
Right.
this summer off ever.
Mm-hmm.
I have to remember, I came here 1 month shy of my 20th birthday, and I've always worked.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Even before coming to Canada, I tell people that I've been working since I was age 6.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
So having that summer off was just glorious. So myself and a couple of lady friends, we just tore our daughter
Good for you. Good for you.
for that summer.
Mm-hmm.
So September came, everybody went back to work. I was left alone. I didn't know what to do with myself because I've been defined by my career.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never not worked.
Mm-hmm.
But fortunately, my second child just had a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And she works in the film industry. So she had to go back to work early. So I thought, okay, myself and this new baby would just hang out.
Yeah.
So we were hanging out. Then I realized that I was too hyper. And I work in a very fast-paced, high-stress environment. The baby ate, fed, and slept. So when he's sleeping, I didn't know what to do with myself.
Yeah, I bet.
The fun break was now over. So I thought, okay, I'm going to write a book, and the book I was going to write was going to be points and tips on effective parenting.
Wow.
I started writing that book, but I could never get anywhere without going back to my own story and my own journey.
Yeah.
So I decided to put it aside for a week, and then I talked to a few friends. I said, I wanted to write a book, but this one book is standing in the way of this other one. And all of them said, then you must tell your story. Obviously, it's important.
Yeah.
That's why that story is standing in the way of this other one. So while that baby was sleeping, I started writing my autobiography.
Wow.
And it took, from start to the end, it took me about 18 months.
Wow.
To finish it, where my editor has to tell me that we needed to stop.
Wow. Wow.
So the book came first.
Wow.
Yeah.
So tell me, before I drill you about the book, as you talk about your grandson, Glamma, where does Glamma come from? And I've just recently, Heidi, I don't know if you've heard, I've recently just heard this. These are grandmothers who are anti-grandma, the title of grandma, grams, granny, anything that's going to show.
Anything that aids you.
Okay, I thought it was because you're glamorous, but it's
That
just
too.
That-
That too.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So glamour came about because yes, I'm glamorous. Yes, I don't believe in ageism. I'm young at heart. I surround myself with vibrant young people. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm also a professional model.
Look at you.
Yeah.
So
You got it going on, Glamma.
eh?
You've really got it going on.
Well, I try. You know, I tell people, I say, sometimes if I have to self-diagnose myself, I think I have ADHD.
Doesn't everybody?
Well, yes, but some are more severe than the other.
Yeah.
Too funny. Too.
So that's where glamour came from. And of course, when I will be out with this baby, and going back also when I had my own children, people will always ask me why I was babysitting the kids. Because they always thought my children were kids that I was babysitting.
Because you look so young.
Because I look so young.
Yeah.
And I've always had
Face
that.
is so beautiful.
So when the second grandson came, the one that I was babysitting, actually the first one, I said we are going to be glamour. We're not going to be grammar. But surprisingly, those boys now, they are 12, 11, and 8. They've come back to grammar.
Too funny. Too funny.
So I have to tell you a story. I asked this recently 12 years old one. I said, why do you call me grammar? You used to call me glamour before. He said, yeah, but you have gray hair now.
Oh,
You're
sassy.
on the list.
He said, you have gray hair now. I said, yes, you are right. But I'm still glamour.
Yeah.
That's so funny. So as an author, what does that mean? Did you do a tour of your book, a book signing, all this kind of thing?
I did a couple of book signing and book tour, and I did some speaking engagements in promoting the books. Yeah. And even now, when I go for any speaking engagement, they always say to bring the books, and I could sign some of them. So the book was released in 2018.
Okay.
When I turned 60.
Wow.
And
Heidi at 60. Right.
so, and then COVID came.
Yeah.
Late 2019, early 2020. And I found myself once again at home with that second grandson.
Yeah.
And then, that's how the children's book series came about. And it was based on what we were doing during COVID.
Wow.
Wow. That is so cool.
Which would have been very interesting during COVID because it wasn't your typical babysitting route. Like you were sequestered totally with your grandson.
With my grandson.
And trying to figure out how you're also still going to keep him occupied, keep him busy, and we were finding activities to do that would just kill the day because he was in school, but the school was only 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the afternoon. Crazy.
Yeah.
So bring us to then, please, Moji, to where, okay, you got a podcast, you got a YouTube station. I've seen some of your guests, some of them who are entrepreneurs in the diaspora, professionals. How did you come to be inspired to do that podcast? And how soon after you released your book did you do the podcast?
So the autobiography was released in 2018, and I pushed till 2019. 2020, COVID came, the children's book came around. By 2022, the YouTube program came about. Because again, I've done the books, I've done the children's book. What next?
Good for you. Wow.
So what's next? I was talking.
Easy. You make it sound like you're ordering some quarter pounder and French fries.
Some sushi.
Yeah, sushi. Like you make it sound so easy.
So I sometimes when I think, I have to say it out loud before it will, come to be.
Yeah.
Just like I talked to a few friends about the first book, I talked to my grandson and the other two about the children's books before I started. So this one, the podcast too, I talked to somebody, I said, I want to go back to my roots, which is, in storytelling. I want to go back to my roots, my passion in talking to people and finding out about people.
Yes.
And I know that my experience as an immigrant is not unique. Well, maybe unique in a little way, but not totally isolated or unique to me. Everybody have a story.
Yes. Yeah.
And the person said, oh, okay, when do you want to start? I said, maybe next year. And the person said, why not now?
Wow.
And I thought, oh, no, I was just talking out loud. I'm not ready. So within a month of that discussion, I started the program.
Wow.
I started looking for guests and, this and that with location. And what made the program unique is I do have a small studio in my house, but I rarely use my house.
Wow.
We go on location. We go to the people where they are.
How do you do that? Like, do you have a crew? Like, I know what I'm dealing with just in the studio. I was in my walk-in closet as a studio, and I'm like, hooray! Now we have a real studio. Woohoo! I don't have my pants hanging in front of me while I'm doing a podcast. So you go on location, and I've seen your podcasts. They're very professional and looking and done. How do you do that? Like, do you take Spike Lee with you? I
have a videographer
Wow.
I have a videographer that's willing to go with me anywhere. He's such a darling.
Wow.
And I do my own makeup, I do my own wardrobe, and
Wow.
all of that. So my own hair, so we go on location, we record it, and he edits it for me and upload it on the channel, and I go there and release it whenever I want.
Wow. Wow.
That is so great.
Isn't it? It totally is.
Yeah.
So how do you select your guests? Like, what is it? Because you like chocolate chip cookies, and you decide, hey, I'm going to go find some chick who makes chocolate chip cookies on the top of Mount Washington. Like, how do you decide? I'm getting content and information.
Information, yes.
Yeah.
So what I do is, whenever I come across people or whenever somebody cross my path or my mind,
Yep.
I have a book. I have a booklet where I write those names.
Yes.
And also I have people reach out to me who would like to be featured. So the people who reach out to me who would like to be featured, if they have businesses, I use the funds, they give us a token, and I use the fund to run programs in my non-for-profit.
Wow.
Almost like a social enterprise kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not for profit. What is it about, please?
It's about immigrant families and youth.
Okay.
So it ties in to my podcast, my YouTube, because that's the Immigrant Experience Show. And my TMT Learning Foundation, if you check our website, TMT Learning Foundation, it tells you what we do.
Okay.
What are some of the challenges you've heard from parents as they're making immigrant parents, as they're making the transition into the diaspora, away from their homeland, and trying to get their youth? Because all immigrants, as they come, we want what's best for our children. We want them to have opportunities. Some of us come with our children from our homeland to the diaspora. Some of us have our children while we're in the diaspora. And there are challenges for those kids, like they may want to aspire and do things that their immigrant parents are like, why? I brought you here. I gave you opportunity. You need to become the doctor, lawyer, and and you need to marry someone from our country.
Yes.
Yes. Hypothetically speaking, I'm sure I heard that. How do you guide people? What do you hear?
That's exactly what we hear, is what you just talked about. And the question was, how do we, get past that?
Yeah.
It's by educating the parents and empowering the youth. And also letting the youth know that even if you don't agree with what your parents are saying or asking you to do, you have to understand that they're asking of you to do this with the best of intentions.
Yeah.
It's because they care, it's because they love you, and it's because they want what's best for you.
And sometimes that's missed by the youth. They see it as
by the youth. Once they get that understanding, we now teach them how to broach the conversation with the parents. Because, to let the parents know, and we remember we're also coaching the parents, we're educating the parents that you may want this child to be a medical doctor, and this child may not have the aptitude for it.
Yes.
Or the personality or the intellect for it.
Yep.
Which means if you keep insisting, you will fail this child that you are trying to, the child that you want the best for.
Yeah.
And also reorientating the parents that Canada, United States, there are opportunities here in anything and everything we do.
Yes.
Everything we do have value.
Mm-hmm.
But what we find is immigrant parents, they attach monetary value
Yes.
into the profession too much. And conversely, they attach lack of monetary values into other professions that are trades that we cannot live without.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's that training we give to the parents to open their minds. It prepares the kids to be able to talk with them. And it also it opens the parents' eyes to, I tell parents, I said, in the middle of winter in Canada, your furnace goes down.
Yep.
Who are you going to call?
Exactly. And they're making a killing. They're making a killing.
That's right.
Yep. Yep. To be a plumber, man, that's
Yes.
because
we had a summer session in our last summer camp. We had a day when we talk about trades.
Yes.
Careers in the trades. And one of our presenters took the kids on a journey. He said, and this is a Nigerian, a black guy, who has a PhD from Nigeria.
Wow.
And back into trades here. And the guy says, think about any building, your house, your school, your hospital, and think about a plumber. What do you think a plumber is doing in those buildings? And the kids were quick to say, oh, they fix the toilet and the sink. And he challenged them to think before the water runs out.
Yeah.
What work went into the building before you saw water?
So smart. Yeah.
So you see the kids, like the lights and everything going up and whatever. And then he brought them down. He said, so now, if we want to talk about even money, so let's say we even talk about money. How much do you think those people are making? Then he gave them a chart and the lights went on again and on and on. And then he said, come to think of being relevant. He asked them, do you think that person who worked on the infrastructure before the water got into your school and the hospital, do you think that person has added to anybody's life? And they said, yes, they are. So those are the kinds of things that's what we do to educate the parents and empower the kids so that the kids can actually pursue whatever they want to pursue. And then you asked about the marriage and marrying somebody from one ethnic, whatever.
Yeah. Big one.
Well,
Biggie.
In my community here in Calgary, as a Nigerian woman, as an African woman, I have two names. One name is, people call me affectionately Auntie Moji.
Auntie Moji.
And the other ones call me Margaret Thatcher.
Wow. There's a story there. There's a story there.
Because again, I live what I preach.
Yeah.
I live what I say. I live what I teach. And I teach the kids to pursue anything and everything that makes them happy as long as they are healthy choices.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, just because you're smoking drugs or whatever makes you happy, those are not healthy choices.
Yeah.
But being in a relationship with somebody who is not Black, who is not Asian, who is not whatever, as long as that person respects you and you respect the person, that's an healthy choice.
Yeah.
But that's not always, Moji, an easy sell for, I'll talk of the Nigerian community, some of the parents. It's not an easy sell to be able.
It's not. It's not. But then I go back to the parents and I ask them, do you want a spouse, a life partner for your child that will treat your child well?
Yeah.
Love your child,
Yes.
or that's non-Nigerian or non-Igbo, non-Yoruba, non-whatever? Or do you want a Nigerian or an African, an Asian, but that treats your child horribly? That's number one. Number two, you are not going to live with that person for the rest of your life.
Amen. Yep. So
Yeah.
It's that child that will have to. You can teach them, you can mold them, you can advise them, and mostly young people will listen to advice when you invite them in, and it's a conversation rather than a dictatorship kind of thing where you're dictating what they have to do.
Yeah, and eat it. Yeah. No, it's easier said than done. It's easier said than done. So, Moji, please, and I'm looking at the time, and you've been gracious with your time. What do you say to those who are making the various changes in life, the transitions in life? One would say, you've got a solid, assertive personality and spirit. I think a lot of people say that about me, say that about Heidi. What do you say to people who say, hey, well, that's you guys. You guys are always so on top of things. And I will say, me making the transition, it wasn't the easiest kind of thing. What do you say to people? What should they look for? What kind of supports just to get them through when they're making a change in life? Because change is hard, and a lot of people get the heebie-jeebies thinking, oh my gosh, I can't do this because of this, that, and the other reason. So what encouragement, what guidance,
What I would say to people is that acknowledge the fear. Right from the get-go. If people say, like you said, oh, you got it made, you are strong, your personality, I tell them that actually don't be deceived by the outward presentation. I do have doubts in my quiet moments. Acknowledging that I'm not exactly what you think I am.
Yeah.
But the difference is I don't let that fear paralyze me.
Yes.
I acknowledge that fear. I wallow in it for a time. And then I dust off and I find people who can actually help me get to where I want to be. Because we all have people around us who can help us. But the other challenge is that look for people who can help you, not people who will accommodate you to be where you are.
Yes.
Because there's plenty of those.
Yeah.
Plenty of those because they are either going through the same, or they are not self-assured, or they just don't want you to leave them behind.
Yep.
So I will tell them to find people, to acknowledge their fear, and then find people who can elevate them, who has gone through what they are going through.
Exactly.
That will help them along. We downsize too. we after the kids moved, we have a really huge house, 6 bedroom, 4 bathrooms,
Yeah.
only with the two of us.
Yeah.
And my husband refused to leave this house.
Yeah.
Kicking, screaming. You had him out the door. Kicking,
Because
screaming.
he was waiting for the grandkids to move back into the house. I said, not with these kids. They are born in Canada.
Yeah.
You know? So it took 2 years to prepare him. We took 2 years of methodic planning and getting a place we're going to move to, and slowly. And when the day came that we had to move, it was so traumatic for him. He chose to go to work.
Oh.
But I got some community people, I rented a van, and myself and my community people moved.
Wow. Wow. Is he retired right now?
He's retired now. Finally, he retired he's still doing 1 day a week.
Okay, that is so funny. So transition for him looked different than for you.
Yes. So I got these people to help me move, and he still didn't come to the new house that night.
He had his tent.
It took him a couple of days before he finally got here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't regret it after, like it.
No, he loves it now. When people come, he says, "Oh, when I'm here, I just feel like I'm in a resort. I just feel like I'm
funny.
He loves it now. It's just that change.
Yeah, and the fear, as you're saying.
Yeah.
Fear.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there is a grocery store close to where we used to live, and he used the pharmacy there. He still goes there.
Yeah.
To get his groceries.
Right.
That is so funny. Familiarity. Wow.
Yeah.
Moji, this is a last question I have. How often do you do, please, your YouTube's channel, like, and podcasts? Are you weekly or how?
I started bi-weekly, but then because of the non-for-profit foundation that I founded after the podcast, I got busy there, and there's lots of programming and things like that. So I've changed it to once a month.
Okay.
And sometimes I do multiple recordings.
Okay.
So I do 2 recordings at one shot, and I just release them gradually.
Wow. So, for instance, for the month of November, have you already done one, or you're still?
Yeah, there is one already. Yeah.
Okay. And what was it? What was it?
It's not released yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite podcast? Do you have? I guess they're all favorites. Is there one that?
When I start introducing or welcoming my guests, I always say, today I have a special guest with me. But then I will catch myself and say, all of my guests are special guests. Because they all have unique stories to tell. But the few that I just did that I wasn't expecting, especially in Calgary, is that I thought when I started the interviews, when I started the show, I was interviewing people that have been here 20 years, 25, 15 years. These last few, they've only been here for 5 years, and they're doing great things.
Wow.
The last one I released, I was astounded when she told me that they came during COVID, and now she runs a business. She has an organic skin oil products.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, wow.
Yeah.
And then going back to her history. Well, and I was able, by the time we finished the interview, she became one of our volunteers for our early literacy reading program for my non-for-profit. She was actually a teacher.
Oh,
She was a teacher, and then she did her master's in business, and now she's running this, business that's thriving. Yeah.
Wow.
really impressive.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. Have you ever gone into a podcast and the guest is going in a direction that you didn't expect, or a direction where you're like, oh my gosh, where am I taking this to? How do I?
No.
No.
No, because what happens is I tell my guests, I said, it's going to be conversational, so I don't give questions ahead of time.
Yep. Same.
Some of them ask questions. I don't give questions. I said, don't worry, I will lead you
Yep.
in the direction I want. And I also pick from whatever they say to me. Sometimes things that I don't have plans to ask, I pick from their answer and I'll tell them that we will revisit that.
Yeah.
And I go from there. Yeah.
No, beauty. Well, Moji, I greatly appreciate your time. Heidi and I have enjoyed having you on here. And Heidi's going to shout at me because I'm doing something that I totally forgot to ask you about ahead of time. So we've started this thing where we're asking guests what book, other than your own books, which we will put on our diasporadoor.com website. But if you had one book that you would recommend for listeners to read, what would be?
Oh my.
But yeah, I know. Heidi said.
Yeah, you should. People need a little.
Ooh. Oh my. I have a couple of books here that this one.
I'm getting my phone out to write down what you're saying.
I like this one. It's called The Four Agreements.
No, just 1 second. Just 1 second. What did you call it? Sorry, what did you call it?
The Four Agreements. It's a wisdom book.
It's called The Four Agreements?
The Four Agreements.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's it by?
It is by Don Miguel Ruiz.
Ben?
Don.
Oh, Don.
Don.
Miguel Ruiz.
Miguel.
It's a practical guide to personal freedom.
Oh, this looks really good.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, we will get it on there. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Four. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Got it.
Oh, yeah. It's very colorful. Well, please, thank you. Well, it is, Heidi. It's a colorful cover. What do you love about? Moji, thank you. Thank you for your time. This was totally great. I have a feeling we're going to have you back on.
Yeah, we're going to have you back on the show.
I was going to say that from the topic you sent me, everything that I prepared,
Yes.
we didn't cover.
We did? Are you saying we did?
We did in a around and about way, which is great.
And that's what we try to get on the Diaspora Door. Because you know what? As you know, being a podcaster, there's so many podcasters out there, and especially the celebrities, right? They get all the famous people. Like Michelle Obama could be talking about the mating season of the red ant. Everyone's going to want to know about it. But if us talk about it, who's coming? But what I like about you being a podcaster and your show and your YouTube and Diaspora Door, the same, that we're getting ordinary people doing extraordinary things. And like
exactly,
having just a laid back conversation to say, oh, wow, that really resonates with me, that this person went through this, that, and the other thing, and they got through it. It was okay. I just, one of our editors just finished editing, and Heidi hasn't even seen it as of yet, editing a podcast we did with a mother and daughter who, the daughter was going through substance misuse. The whole journey that they had as they were going through, and just how she got involved with drugs and the addiction, and just the struggles her mom had, and just hearing that, and some of the tears we had during that podcast, and the laughs we had. But I know it's resonating with a number of people who heard it, and to think,
Exactly.
wow, I'm going to get through this. Like it seems really hard right now, but if Joanne and Julia got through it, I think we'll get through it.
Many people will get through it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Heidi, if you have an opportunity to take a look at my book,
I'm going to.
So many journeys in there too.
Yeah.
And some moments are kind of sad, but then there's some moments where humor put me through.
Yes.
And I still read some passage sometimes, and it still brings tears to my eyes.
Yes.
But a lot of people go through that.
Yes.
But they just need to know that it's okay, because life and the journey of life doesn't always have to be in a straight line.
Exactly. It's so true. It's so true. And we forget that. And you think that, oh, no one else is going through this because everyone must have this perfect life, right? And you forget that, no, we're all going through. We're all going
through it. And as long as we are genuine, and we are truthful to ourselves, and we can share the same with other people, life will always be better.
It's true. Well said, Moji. Well said. A nice way to end our podcast today on Diaspora Door. Well, again, thank you, listeners, for taking the time to share with us. And Moji Taiwo, thank you so much for sharing with us. Life transitions in life don't end. They're there. They will continue to be there, and they make us better and then get us to move forward.
Yes, I'm already planning my 70th birthday and what's going to come with that.
Look at that.
Right.
You and Heidi can exchange notes.
Happy birthday, Heidi.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Happy birthday indeed. Well, again, thank you, everybody. Heidi, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
The Diaspora Door podcast is brought to you by Nze Obinalo, Abiaksem Victor, Chinenye Alozie, and Anthony Daniel, and produced by Soundproof Audios. Distributed on Spotify and our website at www.diasporadoor.com. Executively produced by Nze Obinalo. Music mixing and mastering by Anthony Daniel. Signing out. See you next time.